This is my second video for the wisdom of St Ignatius. Telling stories about people who have, through the spiritual exercises or through the wisdom of St Ignatius, really changed their lives and done really remarkable things. I'm back here with the flowers. It's not, the sun's not shining so high. And one of the other names for these lilies is resurrection lily, because they seem to come from bare earth. They seem to come from plants that have died, but something very different is taking place. And so in late July and August, you see these beautiful flowers come up as though from death. So resurrection is good for these videos, because I'm talking about people who have passed on, but through Ignatian spirituality have left a tremendous example and legacy for the rest of us. I want to talk about my friend Kathy. And she was a school teacher in New York and retired to Arizona. She had had a long bout with alcoholism, and then, well, her whole life she was an alcoholic, but through AA she reached recovery and came to Phoenix. But in the process of her alcoholism, had pretty much abandoned her Catholic faith, which had been so important to her when she was growing up and into young adulthood. So what happened then was that she began to feel, as she was in retirement, a certain need for her faith. And her family had a long tradition of doing retreats with Jesuits, and so she came to this place, to El Retiro, to the Jesuit Retreat Center. And she made a 30-day retreat because she didn't do things halfway. She decided she would do this retreat and came here. And as the retreat was ending, she was wondering in her mind what she should do when she got back to Arizona. She now was retired, and so there was a great deal of freedom that she had. And so when she got back to Arizona, she noticed within a day or two that they were looking for prison ministers in the Diocese of Phoenix. And that's where I met her, because I was on my way out to move to San Diego. And so I had all of these services that I was doing in the different jails and detention facilities, and she showed up to help and to take them over. It was just the remarkable person that she was, that through the exercises she felt she had a mission to serve the Lord in the way that she could. So in the jails, what I was doing a lot of was work in Spanish. She had been a Peace Corps volunteer for a very, very short time enough to study Spanish in Guatemala years and years ago. And with that little bit of Spanish and her boldness and her sense of mission that God had given her in the exercises, she began to do services in Spanish, writing everything out and basically reading as best she could. And with a heart that was really moved by the inmates. And she took on a lot of the different services in the jails. But that wasn't enough for her. She began to serve Mass in her local parish. And then she began to work with the homeless in something that's called Andre House. And she would go and serve meals there. And that wasn't enough. So she put in the bulletin, I will take people down there, because she thought she should share this mission that she had with other people. I remember one day we were doing a retreat, because retreats were very important, and so we were doing an Ignatian retreat in Southern California. And we were at a place where we went to get food one day, and it was a very expensive grocery store, and they had some peaches, and it was the summertime, and it's hard to find peaches that are really good, and these were just excellent peaches. She cut her retreat short so she could go to the store, buy every peach they had, load it in her car, drive back to Arizona, and leave it for the homeless. She said, because if we can have delicious peaches, the homeless should also. She learned a mission from the Lord. She lived that. And the wisdom of St. Ignatius was very visible in her life.